Look at where it's filming.
That's what I said. That's what we
Filming
say.
the doorway.
That's what we say. But no, Johnny has that in his way. It's filming.
It was supposed to be there to film me.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, remember when we did the video a couple weeks back? We talked about all the parts and everything that we were doing. Well, finally had the kids work on their power packs today, how to hook them all up, do some power pack safety, and then we actually had them put the motors onto the motor mounts themselves. So here's what happened. All right, ESC goes into what? Right. Okay, now we need a bind plug and we need a controller. Now when we do our binding, you need to make sure that your controller is got a nice blank, and for this one I did test, a blank model. And we'll go into that later on how to make models in your guys' controllers. I also kind of want to wait too to see what happens with the process. Okay, once we have that, I'm going to turn it off. I know that I have a nice blank model to go in. Take your bind plug and you put your bind plug where it says bind and battery. Okay. Now, check my motors, make sure it's good. My throttle's down. My servos are good. Okay, now I'm ready to go. So, I take this and I plug it into my ESC, making sure the black wire goes to the black wire. You can't really mess up because the XT60 connector. I'm going to plug in, you're going to notice that my receiver starts to blink. That's saying that, hey, I got a bind in here. You need to bind it to a transmitter. For this one, hold down the button, I turn it on, I wait for the blink to come off, and this also tells me. There you can tell me. Once it tells me, I just let go of the button. It's still binding. This will let me know how many cells it is. And now I'm ready to rock and roll. As soon as that happens, take out my bind, and now I am bound from this transmitter to that receiver. Everything is going to work for me. So, to test it out, my ailerons. Okay. If you notice, if I move it on my ailerons, do you see this one moving? Because that one's hooked on my elevator. My elevator is my up and down. Alright, so if I want to go pitch up, I want to pitch down. Okay, and you guys did a good job zeroing out your servos too, because look at your servos are pretty much straight up and down when we turn them on. See, now you can't move that. Now move this. Now, how come this isn't moving anything? There's nothing built in it, just rudder. Okay, rudder's on here. Rudder's for the tail and planes. We use that for some of our builds if we don't have ailerons, or if we want to be able to taxi around on the car or on the ground. We put a rudder instead of taxi. Okay, so now for our throttle, just want to hold down. And let's see if we got this. Okay, now we got throttle. Now I can successfully put this and mount it on my plane. Not too bad. The kids did a really good job. It's going to take some practice and more of them connecting everything together in the power pack to, to truly understand how it all works. But other than that, it was a good day.